I can just listen to that for hours. I've put it on loop while I've worked on stuff, and it's just like, no, just grooving. Never gets boring to me. And I hope it doesn't get boring to anybody. I mean, with that, we've got a couple tunes that are going to be very similar. In fact, Max Glide actually was the genus of Magic Carpet. I basically took all of the instrumentation out of Max Glide, and I was looking for, a more chill tune to make, and that's what came out. And there's one surprise that is coming for Magic Carpet itself, where, well, here's the alpha. I'm actually going to play a guitar part on top of it, and I'll release that as well. We'll see how, when that rolls, but right now the two priority batches of NFTs are with Top Down and Max Glide. Those are actually going to be targeting release to make it in with the the Meta Rides Radio Round 2. And actually, dropping a little more detail about Magic Carpet is that if anyone here is familiar with Magic, I want to say Magic, but it's Meta Rides. Meta Rides is a 3D exotic sports car project where it's basically possible to import those into just about, or will be possible to import those to any 3D graphics engine. So Unreal, Unity, I believe we've got, or they have plans for all the major metaverses that we've been crawling around in. And so with that, I took a 10-second snippet out of Magic Carpet Ride, and it is one of the featured tunes in the 5 pit passes, and it so happens to be in the Silver Pit Pass. And that's coming up here just in a little while, isn't it? So anyway, we're going to do another giveaway of that because I'm so stoked to be part of their project. I got to do all the music for them. So if you go to Meta Rides NFT in OpenSea, yeah, you can check that out. But
so for your metaverse, when you were streaming during your show, was your build in on Cyber? Why did you choose to build over there over the other worlds?
Well, it was pretty interesting how it came to be because I own a Hyperfi. I really like the interface there, and through my crew at Vipe and a couple others, we wound up hanging out with some on Cyber properties because Vipe is built on both and others, and I got to know the community manager Kevin on Earth over at On Cyber, and just I was hanging out in spaces with him or in world with him for better part of 2 or 3 weeks, and just got really close and started building there. And so that's pretty much how I landed there. And the one benefit right now is that the spaces that you can build are free. And so with that, you can, I don't know if it's a max of 5 or something like that, but there is comes in, and what you import you can buy off of their marketplace for 3D models. But that's what's up with OnCyber. Clearly I'd love to build something in Decentraland, and that actually might be an option, and depending on what the there's a cost issue with Decentraland, so I need to have a bigger conversation about that. So
Well, you do own your name, so you can build in worlds.
True.
Are you familiar? Yeah, you have that Sin can explain this better than I can. I'm just having Jello brain at the moment. So Sin, do you want to explain worlds?
Yeah.
Well,
Give
yeah,
me a plug.
your name is just access to like your own world on like the Decentraland servers. So it's like, Decentraland aesthetic, and you have like access to build on 90,000 parcels.
Oh wow.
And yeah, at this moment at least, like by default, you're limited to 100 megabytes like file size. But you can like get more through Atlas Corp, and like for like $5 a month or something like that, like up your megabyte size.
Cool.
But from
Now,
what I
what's
hear,
the maximum? How many people can be there simultaneously?
to tell you the truth, I would think it's I would think it's like the same as like the Decentraland, like the main world, right, Shelley? Like
In theory, yes.
in theory,
However,
we
Right.
haven't stress tested it yet.
well, the ABC crew has, and Scott, if you're here, feel free to come on up and hello. Um, I think they've stress tested it a little bit, and I want to say I remember him saying like 20 was where kind of it was a stress point where people were having difficulty coming in, but don't quote me on that. Oh, there's Scott. Thank you so much. He can definitely give better insight. There's Scott. Happy Sunday.
But we could always take that offline too. But hey, here's Scott.
Happy
Cool.
Sunday. I want to say 30 was the max that we've had in there. You're talking about DCO Worlds. There's a theoretical limit for 100, but it's just it's a standalone server. I know that there are other people that have. It's run by by Foundation, but there are other people like Atlas Corp, like Dapcraft, or I don't even know if Political Minds has their own instance of Decentraland running on their own server, but it's possible that they've had more people in theirs, but the upper theoretical limit is 100 people.
Well, I'm gonna check it out, so I really appreciate that. Of course, I just picked up my name finally 2 days ago because I was coming into this. I was promising myself I would do it. I lagged on getting Mana Forever, and so you no longer see my hash mark. I'm so proud.
Well, congratulations, and if you need help deploying a build or assets or video, audio, music, just let me know. Cruise on by the CBD Discord server, or you can just reach out to me directly, and I'll help you get set up.
Cool. In fact, if you follow me back, I'll be able to DM you.
And done and done.
Yeah, I think I followed you from a long, long time ago. It's really funny. There you are. Yeah, this is great. I mean, just to be able to look at all options, aspects of building in a variety of different metaverse platforms or virtual platforms, just gives us so many options as to how to have a good performance, and kind of what I was heading towards, going beyond just a flat screen. It's kind of funny that running in world from one asset to another while being projected on a flat screen just made it a little bit absolutely a richer experience. And with that, the next step, of course, is my brain's warped. I've just played. What am I thinking of? I am thinking of motion capture. So motion capture, being able to project one's movements into an avatar that's in world, and to interface with the audience there. And there's a whole variety of different ways of doing it today, but like Unreal Engine with very lifelike avatars in movement based on some motion capture on stage. That is what's coming next. I mean, I guess the question is, how photo real do you want it, right? Some motion capture on stage. That is what's coming next. I mean,
yeah, and as we're bouncing on an imaginary trampoline over here,
right.
These emotes are just too much. I love this. If we can all just take a moment to give Kanessa her flowers, because this emote is absolutely wonderful. Jumping on a trampoline. And Kanessa, I don't think you used motion capture for this, right? This was just done using your skills in Blender, I believe. Sin, do you know?
I don't know. I know she might have some equipment. Maybe she threw it on some little people and said, "Jump on a trampoline." Maybe she'll come up and talk to us. Come out of her cave.
Hilarious. How do you get on this trampoline? Do I need to reload?
Oh no, there's no trampoline. It's just the emote. So emote.
How do I get
on? The emotes are in the marketplace, and this one, is it listed for sale? I didn't even look.
I'm not sure. I know Kanessa was giving away yesterday to
Kanessa's
everyone
here!
Hey, I was listening in the True Band Room, and so I think I might have missed part of the conversation because of the lag. But then all of a sudden I saw an invite to come up, so I pushed the button and I came up.
We were talking about your jumping on a trampoline emote and how wonderful it is, and I was asking if you used motion capture or if Sin was correct in assuming you put tiny people to work jumping and captured their movement.
This is yes, no to the motion capture, yes to the tiny people. If you ask tiny people to jump on a trampoline for research and development, that makes their day. But yeah, I animated this one myself, did not use the motion capture, so I'm excited about kind of how it turned out, but there's always like parts that I just want to go back and fix. So might make a change, but it's not in the marketplace. It was just something that I kind of did to thank the people for, everybody that came to our new Twitter space time, moving from Wednesday to Saturday. I just wanted to give something back to the people that made it. So I don't know if it'll go to the marketplace. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just
nice. Well, I dig it.
Well, I will send you one, Felons, because definitely you gotta have it. Oh, I gotta find you. Where are you?
Sweet. Well, I dig it. Thank you.
He shouldn't be too hard to find. He's got his name.
Yeah, I noticed that. Congratulations. That's awesome.
You know what? You had mentioned a little earlier how like you felt like you were lagging, like you just dragged with getting mana so you could like buy your name. To tell you the truth, that was like a very good move, because I mean you've seen how markets have been.
Hop back down, but it was nice to meet you, and I look forward to seeing you in World.
Yeah, Scott, thank you so much. It was great to talk.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got your name at a very good price.
I think you're right, but I had to use ETH to do it. So it's toss up, but I guess mana was down that far, huh? I hadn't looked exactly, but yeah, I just had to do it. It didn't really matter. So bottom line is, the whole concept of committing to one metaverse platform versus the other, I don't know if we got into it last time, but I had been pretty closely tied with some people that basically, well, there was some feeling of disconnect, you could say, with Decentraland, and I let that interfere with me getting involved. And once I got into it was the DCL Metaverse Music Festival last year. In fact, you'll see the OG shirt that I'm wearing. If you look at the back of it, it's let me see. Oops. Day 4, is it? With Louis C. Rhymes, Anadorio, Hurricane, Jose Carrera, DJ. Oh man, I can't see it from here, but I'm the one on the very bottom list. But bottom line is, that was one of my first, my own metaverse performances. Even though I'd been doing, running this NFT music hall since August of last year. Yeah, just over a year ago it was founded. It's pretty cool. But yeah, and so being a voxels guy for the most part, and that's largely through my association with Token Smart and offshoots from there, and then there was a float into Spatial and some gearheads that I really, really am so fortunate to be part of. They got me into Neos, and some of our OGs out of Token Smart really went full in on Monoverse. And so through various events, we've crawled all manner of metaverse instances. So it's been really a really great opportunity. And now, with me wanting to take NFT Music Hall, but even more so now, seeing the opportunity to take my NFTs and building themes around them in metaverse parcels, that's kind of the next level for me. Because stepping into the ether is definitely going to be coming as a next level. So definitely, that's kind of why this Magic Carpet Ride NFT is coming together. It really is going to provide alpha on what's happening. I'm sharing, artwork as it comes out into the Discord server that you can get in on. So it's a lot of fun.
I think it's really smart, the way that you're doing it, spreading into different spaces. Like I've been saying for quite a while now, like I feel like as a musician or as an artist, as a creative, it's very important that within the Web3 space, to branch out and learn how to build in other spaces, be open-minded to and be open to exploring other metaverse platforms, and leaving your digital footprint there. And you never know when you meet someone and you have a spot there that's where you go to perform, and someone else wants to perform at that same spot, and you'll start something cool could start, you never know.
Agreed. Yeah. And what the awesome thing about this is that with every step into one, the relationships that are there are just really been phenomenal to grow. And I see a homie here, Mr. Kwan. So glad you could make it in here on Spaces, let alone, I don't know if you made it into the in-world. Give me a thumbs up if you saw the show itself. But everyone else here, Scott for sure, Cowboy, Cowboy Tom, it's true, Masca, Billy, T-Coin, I mean, just to recognize you all here in Spaces, Multi-NFT, Joel, Andrea, Broccio. Yeah, I hope I did my Italian right.
That's actually the winner, Joel Andrea. That's the winner of your magic carpet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Meta Wolf. That is
Yep.
Meta Wolf.
Meta Wolf, congratulations.
Sweet. Well.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, how could you were mentioning NFT Music Hall, that you've been kind of like at it for like a little over a year now. How can someone support your journey there, like with what you're doing with NFT Music Hall?
Well, stand by for right now. Just definitely follow me. You can get in. Once you see my profile, you can follow NFT Music Hall and just see what's coming next. Clearly, my primary focus right now is my upcoming NFT releases. But I did, it's an interesting time because a combination of everything that's happening with NFTs, but I also started these two spaces. I was just talking about the one about streaming into metaverses, but the other one is to actually, create exactly what I'm doing with Magic Carpet, creating or enhancing NFTs with some sort of in-world build. And so enhancing the utility of your NFT for access to something really, and this isn't new necessarily, but being able to have these spaces to talk about it just for everyone to learn together is kind of inspiring me to resurrect NFT Music Hall. What's cool is that, in fact, tonight, soon after this, at around 6:30, inside the NFT Music Hall, really, they're a partner of mine, along with Third Planet, known as Campus Jax, also known as Jax Hideaway, who's the individual that is the partner at the club in Newport Beach. They do straight up jazz and bebop out of a out of a jazz. It's really a supper club, and we've had them streaming into NFT Music Hall just because I essentially have put their Twitch stream up as the default on my screen. So anyway, if you click through on the NFT Music Hall Twitter, you'll see the link to the NFTMusicHall.io website, and from there you can hop in world through the link there. And it's a pretty cool voxels build. It's as dressed up as a Minecraft block structure can be, and so really proud of how it turned out. And it's been definitely a great place to host a lot of artists. But everybody has their place, and so I'm really excited to learn more. So this has been absolutely a terrific way to get introduced deeper into Decentraland, to get to know you guys, being part of the true Rockin' Unicorn family. And so I think we might have gone a little far afield with all that's cool in and around the metaverse, but I think we definitely covered a lot of stuff. What's up for me? Did you have any other questions before we wrap? I know you have a hard stop in, what is it, 11 minutes?
Let's see. Any of your do you post any of your music on Spotify and streaming platforms?
Not yet. And that's kind of been the interesting thing. I came straight from being a creator straight into Web3. I had not published anything in Web2 streaming world. I do have some out on Audius and on SoundCloud, and you can get to those through my website at fellenz.net. And
so,
yeah, but
sorry. Go ahead.
I'm throwing out links instead of So bottom line is I can be found.
Okay, like that leads me to kind of like my secondary question, which what are like I've been noticing that within the music NFT like scene, some musicians kind of like they'll drop their music on like every streaming platform like Spotify, Apple, as well as like sell it as a music NFT. So I've kind of been wondering like what, like of course I see the play there of like making it widely seen, but like on the other end of like the people that purchase it directly like through NFT, like is um like are there any like utilities to like to what you to owning it yourself? Sorry, I kind of like
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my opinion on spamming not treating that too nicely. Putting a single product on all platforms, I think that's just a not okay for the holders, especially those that are acquiring it in the realm of an NFT, because the uniqueness is really important to maintain. And of course, making the whole experience of the NFT unique. I mean, that's what we all strive for right now, and that's the main reason why I haven't released many over the last 2 years. I mean, I've been dreaming up all of these really high quality video scenes, but I haven't been able to get traction with artists that I was that I would click with, and that's just happened over the last 6 months. I mean, it's just phenomenal to see what's going to happen in the near future. But the other thing is, if you want to have your music licensed, if you have a piece of music that is, governed by a smart contract, there is, definitely a red flag that comes up for, sync licensing or any other type of music licensing. My feeling is that a piece of music should only exist in one realm. There might be a shift here. There is a shift happening of, of course, being multi-chain, but how do you reconcile that? I don't know yet. For me though, my releases will be either or. So it's either going to be in one blockchain or another, or it's going to be Web 2. And if there's a crossover, it's going to be a significant difference in what it is. And of course, what's cool is that there is a blockchain-based licensing effort right now. And so being able to have a non-exclusive license going into a movie, obviously if they demand an exclusive license, that's another story. You can work out anything out. But the bottom line is there's a lot of things that can be done to keep it isolated, and I think it's the right thing for collectors.
That's interesting. Sin, while I respond, will you set up the wheel? I added you a second set of names and then get that going on the stream, because we do have to wrap on time. We've got Keen hitting the stage right after we're done here. Regarding the licensing issues or topic, because I hold quite a few music NFTs, and I feel differently about my music NFTs than I do just my PFPs with different utility. for the music, I actually prefer when the artist also shares to streaming platforms, because I want people to hear it. Like as a holder, I feel too responsible. Like especially if it's a very limited run of this music NFT, it's up to me to make sure the world hears it, and that's a lot of pressure as a holder, because I don't know that I'm going to put it in some famous commercial or make it, give it the fame and the audience that it deserves. So and again, I'm just speaking for myself right now.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah.
But so, and also if I do hold an NFT, a music NFT that does go viral on one of those platforms, it only increases the value of my NFT, because the NFT is going to be unique. It's non-fungible. The NFT itself, like I own this unique piece. The music is everywhere, but I hold this contract that is this piece. And so if it's a chart topper and I hold it, then damn, that's cool. So that's just my opinion. I think that's like the other side of the coin to consider as a musician, deciding whether or not you're going to share to just one location or multiple.
And I definitely like that. The thing that comes up for me is if you have it on a streaming platform, that becomes another income stream for that same product that the NFT collectors have essentially ascribed to. And so it really depends on the collector at that point. But definitely, I agree completely. If there is one thing that can be built into it, of course, is each song essentially becomes its own business, right? It is a smart contract. It is a means of sharing the proceeds in both directions, right? And so if you have invariably or soon enough, we're going to be having kind of like Emanate, but for any of your NFTs, you can put them out there for to be played in a jukebox or whatever, and so those per plays, whether it be in Web3 or some income collected through a streaming platform. How do you collect that into the pool of owners, and you have to write that into the smart contract of the NFT to have that utility. So not only are you providing the first funding as a collector to the artist, but at that point you send the piece of music into the next level, and it lives and breathes on its own. So basically, how do you have that set up? And right now, there's no interface other than manual, really, for any royalties that are received via streaming platform. But I think we're going to run out of time here if we keep on going.
Yeah, we are.
But the bottom line, I definitely like your concept, and I guess the short answer on letting other people hear it, I do believe in allowing the NFTs to be heard, not just sampled. So if you have an NFT on OpenSea, it should, people should be able to play it in full length. So I do support that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again for the performance, for this good conversation. And with that, Sin, I think I see that wheel is ready for a second spin. This is for the Meta Rides NFT. Take it away, Sin.
It is.
And there we go.
Yes. I'm so stoked. The guys from Meta Rides, Hermie and Legit Craig, the founders of Meta Rides, have been super, so generous with me and giving me the opportunity to get my music out through them. Let's see what happens. Let's spin it. All right, we're spinning right now. And Brandon Manis. No, Gene Simmons.
No.
Oh, it made one click further. Oh, man. Sorry, Brandon. Gene Simmons.
No. Congratulations, Altcoin Radio.
Let's go. Congratulations, Gene.
Gene Simmons.
Baby, when we linking at the private, just ride it, yeah. Baby, when we linking at the private, ain't no silence, yeah. Let me do this often, meeting at the shit all the lost in, coming for the beat and all the roughness, nobody gonna know we do this often, let me do this often, meeting at the shit all the lost in, coming for the beat and all the roughness, nobody gonna know we do this often.